Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Aircraft Showcase Ace Combat Joint Assault. Hello, Mia. So, you guys might be wondering why we're doing this on Wednesday instead of Thursday. Well, mainly because, due to scheduling, it would be better for me to do stuff for Floof's birthday IRL tomorrow instead of today. And so that's why tomorrow's stream is actually today, and well, we're moving pretty fast with Horizon, whereas the showcase still has a lot left to go, so we're doing the showcase. But anyway, last time we finished up Northrop and started Lockmart. Which means that today we're going to finish up Lockmart and actually start, and by that I mean we also finish up the American aircraft. And then we're going to head into the European aircraft, because Joint Assault lists their aircraft not by tiers, but by manufacturers, which I actually kind of like. Alright, so for this one, oh boy, back to the desert. You know what that means? It's an attacker.
I'm sure you're tired from the long
hey,
journey,
Mia's
but there's no
stream
time to
streak is
rest.
working
Listen
with
up.
20. Nice.
As members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force,
Yeah,
we're in
if
pursuit of Wallachia in
Floof
Egypt.
hops in,
Our experience
today
in
is his
fighting
actual
Wallachia got us
birthday,
here,
so if he
but
hops
there's
in,
turncoats the previous
wish him a
round
happy
were an
birthday.
issue. You need to fly your best in order to clear that stain from our name. Do your Spiritus, the area.
Okay, so last time we looked at the X-29, the F-14, the A-10, the YF-23, the F-16, and the F-16XL. So today, we're looking at the Lockheed F-117A Nighthawk. The latest in stealth technology comes at the cost of maneuverability and weapons load. Well, it was the latest like 20 years ago. No, oh god, 30 years ago. Jesus. Almost 40 years ago. No, almost 50. Because the development of the Nighthawk started in the 70s. Yeah, this is an attacker. Work on what would become the F-117 commenced in the 1970s as a means of counteracting increasingly sophisticated Soviet surface-to-air missiles. Yay. And in 1976, that's when DARPA gave Lockheed the contract to produce the Have Blue tech demo. But anyway, what would actually become the F-117 was built by Lockheed for the United States Air Force. It was manufactured from 1981 to 1990. Its first flight was June 18th, 1981, and was introduced in October of 1983. It was retired from combat in 2008 and is still actually used as a training aircraft by the Air Force as of 2026. Not sure why, but it is. Um, 64 were built in total, 5 of them being the prototype um, YF 117s, and 59 being the production model. Excuse me. As for stats, the Nighthawk has a base stat of 30 speed, 30 air to air, 60 air to ground, 50 in mobility, 70 in stability, and 45 in defense. However, we can put parts on. So let's go ahead and look at those parts, shall we? Okay. So for our engine, I've put on the Bullet engine, which increases our speed. I can also put on the Uranus engine, which will increase our stealth at the cost of our speed, which makes us even slower. However, it will increase our stability by a lot. But I want speed. Speed is life. For the wings, I have the advanced blended wing body, which increases mobility, stability, and defense. We can also have the advanced balance tab to boost stability at the cost of mobility. The advanced A balance tab, which is the opposite, but the blended wing gives us all three better than any other. So, taking that. For armor, we've got the diffusion coat to increase stealth properties. We can also have the near armor, which massively increases our defense at the cost of a little speed and a little mobility. We're going to do the near armor because I don't feel like stealth does anything in this game. Let's see here. Avionics, we could have the Hawkeye for more zoom. Auto-firing gun. Fire extinguisher. Or the Sniper OS. And you know me, I'm going with Sniper OS. Now, as for our liveries, we've got 6. And our first livery is the standard all black camo. Then we've got the forest camo. Same camo as DeHoax, or I can't pronounce it, in A7, or not 7, 6. Yeah. 3, we got the Gray Dragon two-tone camo. We got the digital two-tone black-gray. 5 is the Night Owl. Cloud-like camo with crescent emblem. Basically the night sky. And then 6, the worn-out two-tone monochrome camo, where it looks like the leading edges have been, well, worn down. I really like this one. So we're going to go with that one. As for weapons, technically this thing should not have a gun or air-to-air capabilities whatsoever. But because this is not real life, but real strange, we do have stuff on there. So we got a 20mm M61 Vulcan Gatling gun. even though there's no way they could actually use it. As for our standard missiles, we've got 120 AIM 9 Echo Sidewinders, 80 AIM 9X Sidewinders, 160 Python 3 lightweight missiles, and 40 AIM 132 ASRAAM heavy missiles. We're just going to go with the standard AIM 9 Echo. Doesn't give us any much more in the way of homing, but we have a lot more range. Hi, Jelaine. Welcome to stream. For weapons, we've got 20 Mark 84 unguided bombs, the big ones. We've got 16 GBU 16 paveways, 14 AGM 88 harms, and 24 ODMMs. These will actually give us anti-air capabilities, but we're just doing, bombing some crap in a desert. So it's not like we need it. So we're just going to use the Mark 84s.
Antera Squadron, launch.
Antares, you're clear for takeoff.
Yeah, back in the day, these things were so stealthy that their escorts didn't necessarily know where they were. So they had to be careful when flying cover for them, because in trying to shoot down, say, an enemy MiG, like what happened in Serbia, they almost did a blue on blue. Because the Nighthawk was in between them and the MiG.
Our experience fighting them bought us our tickets to this little show. Not to mention, we need to take responsibility for the actions of rivals.
Hostile ground forces.
All right, Antares, eliminate them.
Rear guard has been taken out. They're coming this way. Enemy down. Damn it, IUPF mongrels. Increase speed.
If anyone's the mongrels, it's you guys. You fight for a paycheck just like us. Yeah, but you see, I didn't sell my soul for that paycheck. I did that when I started working retail. Damn it. The joke is that retail kills your soul.
Enemy has opened fire.
Hi Sly, welcome to stream. So we're doing everyone's favorite slow bug, the Nighthawk. Although I put on a faster engine. So yeah, I wasn't able to watch much of your stream last night because it kept freezing, because I wasn't home, and my phone just decided I'm not gonna play Twitch right now. So, what was it that you guys were doing?
New hostiles confirmed. They're deploying around the pyramids.
I know you're testing something, but
Hostiles are using the pyramids as cover. Be sure you don't crash into a World Heritage site.
Hostile destroyed. Circle around the ruins. We know this area better.
just trying to get you. I thought you were doing streaming Ace 5 yesterday.
Taking a hit. It's no good.
Oh, you're trying to get join assault working now?
Hostile. The ground force is eliminated.
All right, keep this up and what? What now?
You're surrounded by enemy choppers.
Glad you're safe. Looks like they had a few surprises for us.
Oh.
Have surrounded the premises. When the day show up.
Okay.
Silos and ruins around the pyramids. Take out the underground silos and all hostile forces. The silos are built to take advantage of the terrain. You'll have to attack them from head on. Finding the
Well,
right
how would
position-
join assault not work? You just click it on PPSPP, right? Well, were you able to verify the thing on Frontline? Okay. Ah, fuck. Well, if there's anything that you really like doing, it's checking people's grammar. Oh no. I made a slight grammatical error. My argument is invalid. It was too vague and clear. I am really glad that in Joint Assault, at the very least, you can make the Nighthawk faster with parts. If I had to be using the normal default Nighthawk, this would be so painful because it's so slow. This one makes it at least somewhat bearable. Yeah. So I'll go for round 2, huh? Okay. Oh, so Friday I should be getting the hard copy of Air Combat in the mail. According to, like, you know, if everything goes according to Keikaku. So, as soon as I figure out how to get Duck Station to work, we'll start streaming that. I don't know how I'm going to do the showcase for it, though, because it doesn't seem like I'm going to have... It seems like I'm going to, one, unlock free mission, and two, I don't think I can hold all the aircraft at once. So, at the very least, though, we'll be able to, just start unlocking all the difficulty levels like we've been doing with uh, 4
Excellent
and
work
0.
destroying the enemy base.
But we have that to look forward to. I'm also trying to buy Ace 2 and the Japanese version of Ace 3. I can find the export version of Ace 3, but I don't want that because that's like extremely stripped down. If I'm going to play Ace 3, I'm going to play the actual one. But I felt like those are the big 3 that I haven't played and haven't been able to stream. That I kind of need to, especially with Ace 8 coming out. I'm not gonna even attempt to stream Ace Combat Advance. Not gonna try to do Skies of Incursion, which is XI, nor Northern Wings. I might try Legacy, but only if the emulator works and I can figure out how to get my game cart data onto the PC. But that's not likely one. Anyway. Next. Aircraft. Alright. Ghost Hunt. You know what? I think I can handle it. He says, regretting his
Our
life
objective
choices.
is to wipe out the Golden Axe Plan's private army before they attack San Francisco.
Alright, so our next aircraft may as well be the protagonist plane of the franchise. The F-22 Raptor. Fighter with both stealth capabilities and thrust vectoring nozzles for superior maneuverability. Oh my god, look at that emblem on the tail. It's huge. Although, considering what's going to go there, I can understand. But anyway. The Lockheed Martin F-22 is an American fighter that was a product of the Air Force's Advanced Tactical Fighter program. Designed as an air superiority fighter, but kind of incorporates ground attack, electronic warfare, and signals intelligence capabilities. I say kinda because most of that has been put into the next aircraft on the next made 5th gen. That'd be the F-35. However, air superiority is, even that's a misnomer. It's more air supremacy. It is currently in service with 158 or 195 built, 8 tests, and 187 operational aircraft. It was manufactured from 1996 to 2011. It was introduced to the Air Force on December 15th, 2005. However, its first flight was September 7th, 1997. It beat out the YF-23 in the ATF program. Mainly due to the fact that the Raptor was available to test on test day while the Black Widow was a couple days late. Anywho. As for our stats, our base stats, we have a 70 in speed, 60 in air to air, 45 in air to ground, 60 in mobility, 75 in stability, and 60 in defense. That said, we do have parts. And I'm going to show you what I have equipped, which obviously changes things. Now, the first, we're going to switch the emblem. For no reason whatsoever. At all. Oh shit. I hit B one too many times. Alright. So our engine, we've got the C-Cycle engine, which increases speed at the cost of defense. We can also throw on the light engine, mainly to boost mobility and stability at the cost of speed and defense. There's two other engines that are available, but I haven't unlocked them yet. And we've got the Ramjet, which increases our speed at a much bigger mobility cost. Wait, is Floof here? Floof, where are you? Anyway, if Floof is here. So, okay, well, if Floof is here, happy birthday. If he might not be, because I think Mama Floof said he was going to be taking him out to do stuff. So he might not actually be here. He might not show up. Yeah. But we took the C-Cycle engine. For wings, I've got the extra aileron. Or the light aileron. To increase our mobility performance. We also have the advanced actuator. Actually, that might not be that might be a better option. Because it increases mobility and stability at a slight cost of speed and defense. Yeah, we're going to do that. We can also put on the extra ladder, the air gripper. For armor, I've got the Tial armor, titanium and luminide, for a massive increase to defense. You can have the scale armor, which is slightly better than nothing. The beetle armor, which gives you more defensive capabilities, but it also increases your mobility. And then there's two armors that I haven't unlocked yet. Anti-ground armor, but if you need this, then you need to learn which way is up. We're going to go with the TL just because of the massive boost to defense. And then for avionics, we can have the emergency APS, which, again, if you need this, you need to learn which way is up. Automatically adjust the aircraft position at low altitude to reduce the chance of crashing. It kind of works, depending upon the angle the aircraft already is at. Tracer, which gives the ability to see the trajectory of enemy aircraft. And a wide lock-on. We got the Salamander, which improves air-to-air, air-to-ground, and gives us multi-lock. And the Argus, which gives us a wide lock-on, multi-lock-on, but slightly lowers defense. I think we'll do this one. All right. Now for liveries. Livery 1 is the standard American ASG, Air Superiority Gray. Well, they call it the 3-tone light compass ghost gray. Dark compass ghost gray, medium ghost gray. Based on the standard F22A paint. I just call it ASG. It's American gray. Livery 2 is based off the YF-22 Lightning, which actually, I much prefer this to the standard ASG, but, you know, whatever. Color 3 is a 3-tone gray digital. Number 4 is, well, it's Mobius fucking one. Why do you think I've got the emblems the way I do? Then livery 5 is the Mott Gray fuselage, and livery 6 is Lucien Markovic's livery, the named Ace from Ace Combat 6. But we're going with Mobius 1, because why wouldn't we go with Mobius 1? As for weapons, we are armed with a shoulder-mounted M61 Vulcan 20mm Gatling gun. As for our missiles, we can have up to 168 AIM-9 Echo Sidewinders. And yes, I know the model is actually the M, but it has the guidance characteristics of the Echo, as in there aren't, it doesn't have much. Hi Gio, welcome to stream. Oh wow, we're almost out of flares. We have 112 AIM-9X Sidewinders, 224 Python 3s, and 56 ASRAMs. We're just going to go with the Echoes here. For special weapons, we got 32 AIM-120 AMRAMs, 17 R-73 Archers. Yeah. Martinez is putting on a Soviet QAM onto American plane. I mean, I guess it could happen. In reality, they already use the American QAM model for the high cam. We've also got the 27 GBU 16 paveways and 24 Scalp EG SODs. We're going to take the AMRAMs.
Antera Squadron, launch.
Oh boy, I can't believe we have to fight this thing again.
I wonder why it...
Lighten up, Corporal. Just think of this as a chance to
Oh.
shoot it down.
I is color 4. I don't know why it looks gray then.
Good point. I'm looking forward to some fireworks on this.
What?
We have visual. It's the Spiritus.
Bogey, the PMCs? All crew, we've got a warm-up exercise before our strike on San Francisco.
Oh. I forgot what it was.
San Francisco.
And you're behind an ad.
Them here.
Oh no, wait, you that's right, you have a sub, because it's Prime sub. Never mind. I forgot, what was Arena's first line of the mission?
They're covering the area with electromagnetic radiation.
Oh boy, okay.
Enemy fire.
You don't carry enough firepower to take it down. Wait for
I'm
ground support.
glad that Ace X is getting its OST, but I also want Joint Assault to have its OST. Because I want to know what the name of this song is.
Enemy has opened fire. Dogbear preparing attack on hostiles in Lake Tahoe. Enemy has
Ow.
confirmed missile from Nevada. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Missile test in touch.
Fox 3!
How did they hit us? What about Reeds? Report. They're firing missiles. Reeds can't repel them. Confirmed hit on enemy base. We got this.
Their defense system is in disarray. Attack now.
There he is. Hi, Floof. Hail Hydrate. Happy birthday, Floof.
Can't shake him.
Fox 3.
Gunning dogs. Target their ground forces. Fire the Phantasm. Roger. Launching Phantasm. Reeds is back online. Target hit. Confirmed missile from Nevada.
Yeah, it's Floof's birthday today.
3, 2, 1.
Come on, come on. Don't raise shields again. There we go. Just remember, it's not polite to ask how old a hamster is. So.
Destroy enemy missile ports to cover our ground forces.
Enemy has opened fire. Locked on target. Online. Activating system. Enemy has opened fire. Dearbor's been damaged.
Come and get me. It's pretty good. I'm gonna be the reason why we're streaming this today is because I'm gonna be doing stuff for his birthday tomorrow. because that worked best with his schedule.
Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hostile destroyed. More enemy fire. Get range back online. No missiles are in. It's in critical condition. We can't get it back online. All hostile long-range missile ports destroyed.
Okay, 1,000 piece left.
Ground forces.
He's got a cat too, so that wouldn't work very well.
Hostiles are attempting to retreat. Stop them and finish them off.
Enemy fighters incoming. Fire!
Aim for the rear exhausts.
How are we losing against the fighters?
They're gaining ground. Be careful.
I want 1,000 pieces of Lego. Do you just want 1,000 pieces of Lego, or do you want it to build into something? Because that's a legitimate question I have to ask you. Okay. Yeah, just a pile. Okay.
All targets destroyed.
Cancel the retreat. Stand and fight.
Tess, looks like they still have some fight left in them. Finish them off. Electro laser cannon. Terrace, we'll still be launching a missile from Nevada as planned. However, it won't be difficult for them to intercept it with that cannon. Focus your fire and disable the electro laser cannon.
Box 3. Box 3.
Behind you. Take them off.
Electro laser cannon confirmed destroyed. Report to allies.
Enemy electro laser cannon is back online. Large missile fired from Nevada.
Stop the electro laser cannon from firing.
Large missile is on its way. Incoming in 5,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down it goes. You gifted Ace Com 7 to a friend streamer. She almost dropped the game yesterday during fleet destruction. I've heard of people dropping the game after a long day. But fleet destruction. Also, who's the streamer? Did she make it past fleet destruction? Fleet destruction. I know, I love fleet destruction. It's usually one of the more popular ones. I mean, it's not unheard. I mean, I can understand why someone might drop it because it is an annihilation mission. And depending upon what they went with, it can be hard to complete. Okay, that's good.
Hostiles may have lost their big guns, but that doesn't mean they're ready to back down. The final
Your
battle's
ill advice
almost
of
here.
F2 plus LASM. LASM works at the fleet part, but LASM is not very good against the platforms. Now, what would work with the F2, because the F2 is a good aircraft, but after you're done destroying the fleet of Aegis, the carrier, go back to rearm and take the rockets. Should never attack. Okay. Yeah, I could see why that would be frustrating. Because the platforms give you so much points. That's why it's... I mean, the game kind of expects you to take out the platforms to get the points needed. Just a ton of ships. Well, if she didn't pay attention to the briefing, I can see why she did that. Because it says fleet destruction, not platform destruction. So, my guess as a reasoning was, oh, I just need to kill a fleet. Okay, I killed the fleet. I don't have enough points. Alright, let's start looking for ships. I can see that. And that would be kind of frustrating if you didn't know you could actually attack the platforms. But I'm glad she passed the mission. Hopefully it'll get better for her. Aside from fleet destruction, how is she liking the game? Alright. Not a fan of reading briefings. I mean, to be fair, I never read the briefings either. I just paid attention to what they said. F-15 plus lasers damage. That that might not have been as good of an idea as you might think. The pulse laser, while great, isn't as good for spread out ground targets. It's better used for hardened naval targets and aircraft. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can put up numbers with the pulse laser in Stonehenge defensive, but for a new player, for first run, I need to know what aircraft she has. Sounds like she's in the American line, right? Does she have any DLC? Until 15J, okay. Does she have any DLC? Nope. Alright. I don't think she'd have the A-10 based off of the tree. That is the attacker line, not the fighter line. Okay.
Our objective is to wipe out the Golden Axe Plan's private army
Let
before
me
they attack San Francisco.
look it up.
They have forces in an abandoned airport in the Sierra Mountains, and the Spiritus is near Lake Tahoe. The first prong of our attack will be the Golden Axe's private army at the airport. They have substantial military might, so this is going to be a fierce battle. Go in hot. Ground forces from Martinez Security are also aiding in our operation. Dog Bear, Lazy Bear, and Black Bear will storm the airport once we achieve air superiority. Once they realize we're attacking the airport, the Spiritus will likely attempt support fire from Tahoe. It's going to be tough out there, but we have no other choice. Get to it, Terra Squad.
She went for... Does she have the Hornet? Or the A-10? Yeah, Sly recommends straight middle path, which actually is a good idea. Just before the Hornet. Okay. Because, yeah, the middle path will take you to the Tomcat, the Hornet, a bunch of parts, the Lightning, and then the Raptor. And no DLC whatsoever. Well, the anti-ground weapons she'll have access to are the F-16 with and the F-14 with the guided penetrating bombs. The F-2 with the anti-ship missile and the rockets. And then the PLSL with the F-15C. F-15C PLSL might actually be the best bet because anti-ship missile doesn't have enough splash damage. Rockets don't do anything. And the guided penetrating bomb is not good at all. I mean, Eagles are a great one. If she's not adverse to a little farming, I would have her replay Fleet Destruction with the Pulse Laser Eagle. Get the missile speed, pitch stability, then buy the F-15E. The Strike Eagle will solve all of her anti-ground needs. At least until she can get to the Raptor. Chase farming? Alright. Then she's gonna have to suffer through the Pulse Laser Eagle on Stonehenge. But if she doesn't have the Strike Eagle yet, that's the one she'll want to get next. Because at... Oh, she can buy the Strike Eagle now? Oh, yeah, then get the Strike Eagle. Because, yeah, after the Strike Eagle, she's got some parts. I would tell her avoid the YF-23 and go for the Raptor. All right. Let's get my stream back on. Sorry. She did Stonehenge. Okay. But yeah. Yeah, the Strike Eagle will help a lot for Mission 14. Also, encourage her to get, at the very least, the Season Pass. Not only will that give her the 3 Grunder planes, but also give her the 3 DLC missions. And that's the important thing. Anyway, that's right. Oh, I wasn't like Sly. I wasn't. The only reason why I was asking about DLC is I was hoping she had the Top Gun DLC. That way, it's like, oh, use the F-14A because it's not overpowered and it does give her a better anti-ground weapon. Or the FA-18E. I wasn't going to suggest using the Nosferatu or the Falcon. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, I'm leaning more in Mia's camp, but then again, that's my Amarian showing. Use what you got. But no, I totally understand not using a super plane for your first run. Um, but yeah, point of the game is to have fun, complete it. Yeah. And if your idea of having fun is going through with no super planes or DSC first, more power to you. If you want to use the biggest and best planes as soon as possible, again, more power to you. It's a single player game. I don't care how you do it. She's using novice controller. Oh. Well, I mean, the novice controls are there as training wheels. She hates the F-15C. Well, the A7 F-15C is not the best outing for the F-15C. Zeros is the best outing for the F-15C. She might like the Strike Eagle better because its anti-ground weapon is a fucking bomb. Anyway, FB-22. This is an attacker concept. The Delta Wing design allows for greater weapons payload. I call it the Strike Raptor because that's probably what it would eventually been called. This was a concept that was proposed and Lockheed Martin proposed in the early 2000s. It's an interim regional bomber to complement the aging U.S. strategic bomber fleet, namely the B-1, because the BA-52 is eternal. That thing will be equipped with warp drive. I guarantee it. Anyway, the FB-22's concept was suspended following the 2006 Quadrennial Defense Review. And was canceled outright. Later on. However, the project that this originally was for resulted in Northrop getting the contract when it was rescoped into the long-range strike bomber, which became the B-21 Raider. Too boring. I like the Raptor. I admit, you see it on the box art a lot, and I prefer the Eagle. But if anyone says the F-22 is a bad aircraft, then I will jump in to defend the Raptor. If they want to say it's boring because I see it everywhere in media, fair enough. I get you. Let's see here. So our stats in game are 65 in speed, 45 in air-to-air, 60 in air-to-ground, 55 in mobility, 75 in stability, and 60 in defense, base stat-wise. For our parts, we've got the rocket motor MOD to vastly increase our speed and mobility at the cost of weight. We also have the ability to put on the ramjet, but that doesn't really help us in the mobility department. The Uranus engine, which increases stealth for as good as that does us. And stability, but we're going to lose a lot of speed. Turbo engine gives us a little speed. And we also got those 2 engines that I haven't unlocked yet. But I prefer the rocket motor MD, or MOD. For the wings, we've got the trim tab for stability, extra ladder for both mobility and stability, the thorn back fin for even more stability, or the extra hard point for I'm carrying more weapons. That's what I'm doing. Armor, we've got scale armor for a slight increase in defense. Anti-ground armor. And advanced titanium. I think we're going to do the titanium. For avionics, we've got the tracer, salamander, radar jammer, and the sniper OS. And if an aircraft can have the sniper OS, I'm going to put it on there. Sniper OS is broken. For emblem... Yeah, that's what I thought. That for no reason. Alright. So our liveries, we got our ASG for livery 1. Livery 2 is the 4-tone Gray Ferris. Number 3 is the 2-tone light blue and sky blue, based on the F-22A EMD prototype 91 4001. Hey, Sly. Since you're really up, like, Ace 4 is your thing, is this the Mobius 1 paint scheme? Just adapted to the FB-22. Because it looks a lot like the Mobius 1 paint scheme. Let me let it circle around. I'll know when I see the engine nozzles. Come on. Why? It's not going to show me the engine nozzle. It's going to go back to the front. Alright, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say this is the Mobius 1 livery. Then we've got Proteus from Ace Combat 5. We've got the black body with sword, shield, and wing motif. It's pretty. And then the same as 5, but with white and red. Actually, you know what? We're going to go with that one because that looks pretty. But I am going to switch the emblem. Because you know what it kind of reminds me of? Well, Proteus skin's great. That's originally what I thought I was going to do, but then I took a look at the 6th one. There we go. All right. There should be an M21 Vulcan or M61 Vulcan 20mm cannon, shoulder mounted, just like the Raptor. Then we've got base amount 192 AIM 9 Echo Sidewinders, 128 AIM 9 X's, 256 Python 3s, and 64 ASRAMs. I think we'll go with these. Then we also have 40 AGM 65 Mavericks, 32 salvos of the JP 233 bomblet dispenser, 23 AIM 9, well, should be the AIM 9X, but this is actually the R73 Archer QAM, and 27 Scalp EGs. Now, everything I just said is increased due to the extra hardpoint, but, you know. I think we're going to go with the Scalp EG.
Antera Squadron, launch. America, I didn't expect to come home like this.
Sir, didn't you say you were from the West Coast? You must be worried about your folks.
Of course, but I can't give my own family special treatment. We just
So,
gotta take care of
Sly, is Martinez an American company, or is it international?
You'll want to be quick.
Fighters? Which unit are they?
Like, where is it? Does the lore say where it's registered? I want to say, since it's based out of Midway, it's American. Nope. All right, well, I'm going to guess that since it's based out of Midway Island, which is technically an American territory, I'm going to say it's American.
Roger, we'll hold you to that.
This is Dog Bear. We'd love to take out that beast in Mexado, but we've got incoming hostiles. Could use all the help we can get. Request the air support.
Antares, wipe out hostiles targeting our ground forces.
Signatures incoming from the northwest. Missile.
Bandits increased altitude? Why would they? Antares, gain altitude.
Point altitude between 660 and 3200. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2.
When you're too close to the ground, that you just have to dive for the deck and skim the ground.
Antares, that was an aerial suppression weapon that spreads combustible gas over a wide area.
Dog Bear here. Area is secure. Commencing attack on target.
We'll analyze and inform you of the altitudes at which we'll be at risk. Use the info to evade enemy fire.
The intelligence is going to get us pretty close to the wire, though. Be ready to move quickly. Ground forces have hit target.
Now, the FB-22, I think was Lockheed's answer to the Strike Eagle. Like, it would have been their, well, at least their original go for a Strike Eagle type aircraft. This later would shift back to the F-35. Because I actually think the F-35 was going to be more of a Hornet and F-16 replacement rather than an Eagle. And again, I don't really know because this never really left the concept stage.
3200. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. This lazy bear area clear. Firing missiles on target. Ground forces long-range attacks have hit target. Spirit, what happened to our long-range support?
I'm gonna say, I like how bombastic um,
Incoming from the northwest.
Joint Assault soundtrack sounds.
Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Avoid altitude between 3200 to 6600. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Enemy has opened fire.
Ow!
Curse you.
Fucking Sam's.
Avoid altitude between 660 to 3200. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Give it. Avoid altitude between 3200 to 6600. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Target acquired.
Fuck your Sam.
Avoid altitude between 660 to 3200. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Selling increase. Hello, Starscream. Welcome, Strim.
Avoid altitude between 3200 to 6600. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Ross. Yeah, they really do want me dead. I'm at 80% damage.
Avoid altitude between 660 to 3200. Incoming in 5,
Son of a bitch.
1. Impact. Get away from me. Avoid altitude between 3200 to 6600. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Black Bear, no hostiles in sight. Initiating long-range fire on target. Ground forces missiles have hit target. Spirit, what happened to our long-range support? What? You're unable to fire? Damn it. You guys are worthless.
Well, every aircraft in Joint Assault was heavy slide. Save for the Fornius. Guilty! Alright. That's one that I actually needed to take out, but I think I have to do it on hard difficulty. Yeah, hard difficulty to get the composite armor. Okay. This was on normal difficulty. So. Oh well.
I can't believe it. Get those pilots up there. Where are our reinforcements?
Fuck your Sams.
Tess, aim for hostiles on the runway. It'll be easier than fighting in the air.
Now this part, having in the zone, I'm actually okay with. Because there's actually quite a bit of things trying to shoot you. somewhere flying high.
Hostile destroyed.
Jonathan Underdown. Yeah, I like this song. But then again, I'm the idiot that likes Gotta Stay Fly from a Solar Horizon. So I don't know if my taste in music can be relied upon. Like this. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the rap ending, but the most of it, yeah, I like. Although I prefer its instrumental version, Fighter.
Dog bear approaching enemy base. Requesting backup from Romania.
Oh shit, shit, shit.
Assist the ground forces in reaching it.
Hostile signals incoming. Reinforcements.
It's no good, McKnight. We're gonna get killed.
Signal alert. Hostile destroyed.
Yeah, every song does have the signature song. I think would be the Liet motif or light motif. I don't know how to pronounce it, but for Ace 5, it would be the Unsung War. For Ace 6, it would be Liberation. For Ace 7, it's Daredevil. Come on! This thing is not meant for dog fighting. Oh god. I am heavy. Come on, 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 come on. Get back here! Okay, fine. I can't catch him. That already happened. It was called Operation Katina. It's the arcade mode of Ace Combat 5. Nice. Totally does. And if you really want to get technical, if you want to play a Star Fox Ace Combat game, Star Fox Assault.
All right.
Star Fox Assault for the GameCube
Nice and cool down here. They were kind enough to leave the AC on.
was primarily done by the Project Aces crew. There you go. At least I'm 99% sure. Let me just look it up real quick. All right, so this was Star Fox Assault is a 2005 third-person shooter game developed by Namco, published by Nintendo for the GameCube. Huh. Developed by Namco. I wonder who that or around 2005. I wonder who Namco threw onto this game. And I wonder why Ace 5's arcade mode was called Operation Katina. Yeah, so and of all the Star Fox games I've played, my favorite one is Star Fox Assault. So, that might be a reason. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not landing that
We've
tub of
successfully
lard. Alright, next aircraft. Which is the last American aircraft in the game. And is also the one that took over most of the ground-based duties for the F-30 or the F-22.
A Valahia helicopter unit transporting
Oh,
nuclear
yeah,
fuel has been
okay.
located.
I know why I chose this mission. It's because this one has... It's maneuverable and has anti-ship missiles. Okay. Yeah. What actually took over the F-35 or F-22's ground-based duties was the next aircraft on the list. Surprise, surprise! It's the F-35. The F-35 Lightning II is a versatile, lightweight, carrier-based stealth fighter featuring both air-to-air and air-to-ground attack capabilities. And because of this right here, this is the F-35C. I know it doesn't say that, but the F-35C is the carrier-based one. But the F-35B can also be on carriers. Kinda. And by the kinda, I mean not fleet carriers. They're on helicopter carriers. Yeah, I'm looking at you, UK. But anyway, the Lockheed Martin F-35 comes in 3 flavors, as we all know. The F-35A, which is the ground-based one, used primarily by the United States Air Force and landlocked NATO-aligned air forces. The F-35B, which is used by Uncle Sam's Misguided Children and NATO-aligned navies that aren't France. And then the F-35C, which is used by the United States Navy and no one else. Across all 3 variants, there's been over 1,270 built as of December 2025, with more on the way. Whether those are F-35Cs, Bs, or Alphas, I have no idea. It is in service. Is been manufactured since 2006. The introduction date, first one introduced, surprisingly, was the Marine Corps F-35B on July 31st, 2015. The F-35 F-35A followed shortly later, with on August 2nd of 2016 for the United States Air Force, and the F-35C has rolled out for the Navy February 28th, 2019. One issue that the F-35C currently has is when it first came out, none of the carriers that we had the capabilities to maintain its RAM coding. That's being fixed, but when you have like 11 to 12 super carriers that all need this, and you got 2 shipyards that can actually work with those size of carriers, and one of them's being used to build the Kennedy. Yeah, it's going to take a while before all the carriers will be able to deploy F-35s and maintain them. They can launch them, no problem. It's you can't really maintain the stealth coding. Alright, so BRB. I should probably take a quick break too, because I'm out of hydrate. So I'll be right back. Sai has returned, and so have I. Had to get more water. Alright. So according to our stat block, base stats for the F-35C, we have a speed of 50, air-to-air of 45, air-to-ground of 65, mobility of 55, stability of 75, and a defense of 50, which actually is a pretty good reflection of what the F-35 actually would be. All of its stats are essentially even, more or less, which is kind of what you want for a multi-role. It's a jack of all trades, not necessarily master of any. Though it being stealth, it definitely has an advantage against non-stealth aircraft. see it. But as for our... Oh, did not want to do that. As for our parts... We've got the turbo ramjet to increase our speed by a lot at the cost of mobility and stability. We've got the turbo engine, which will slightly increase our speed. The Minotaur engine, which supposedly has more speed, but it's less stable. Okay. Ramjet, which is just speed, and then the turbo ram, which is more speed. You're on turbo ram. We've got the advanced blended wing body, or advanced blended wing body, because this part here is one of the better parts in the wing category, because it increases 3 stats, just flat out, at no cost. Advanced trim tab, increases stability. Air gripper massively increases the stability at the cost of mobility. So yeah, this is just the best one. For armor, we can have the beetle armor, which increases defense and mobility. Anti-ground. Tial. Because this is a multi-role, I actually want mobility, so I wouldn't do the titanium illuminate. Could also do extra hard point, but we carry enough weapons as it is, so beetle armor it is. And for avionics, we can have the emergency APS, which, The Raven, which is good for air-to-air. A jammer, which is increases stealth. And the SA radar, which is better at detecting stealth. We're just going to go with the AAM jammer, because, why not? Yeah, 35 doesn't exactly have some of the best parts. Alright, now for our liveries. We have the standard air superiority gray. However, I would actually argue that this should be more of a hill gray. Because as you can see, we've got the darker gray up here and the lighter gray up front, which is very reminiscent of the hill gray of the F-16 and the F-4. But I'm not the livery specialist. But that's what it looks like more to me. It's a lot of your call. The wiki says ASG, but I think it's more hill gray. Then we've got for 2, the 3-tone gray camo, which I actually think is the livery, or the Belkin livery in, or maybe Yktibanian, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's livery 3 in Ace Combat 5. I know it because that's the one I use. Then for Color 3, you've got the blue Splinter. Color 5 is JASDF Ocean Blue. Or 5 is that. I guess you'd call it Raigeki. It's a. It says gray body with swirling lightning pattern. I can't see it, although at least in this slide it looks more green than gray. And again, I do have the blue light filter on, so who knows. And we just got a plain wet body. I think we're going to actually go with the Splinter. Not a livery specialist at all. Didn't write the descriptions. Fair enough. I'm not a livery expert either. However, I might ask or put it up on the wiki server. There. I submitted the question. All right. Our weapons, we've got a, I believe, oh, we don't have a Vulcan. We have a 25 millimeter GAU 22 Gatling gun for a main gun. I'm not sure where it's mounted, because in this model it's shoulder mounted like the Raptors and the F-35As, but in 7 the F-35C has an external ventral mounted pod. So, who knows where it is. I don't see why it wouldn't have an integrated cannon. The reason why the Bravo has the gun pod is because where the gun would be is taken up by the jump jet fan. The F-35C does not have that, so I don't know why A7 put it in there. Not real. I don't know. But anyway, we've also got 180 AIM-9 Echoes. Got 120 AIM-9 X's, 240 Python 3s, and 60 ASRAMs. We'll go with the Echoes. For our special weapons, we've got 18, what looks like ASM 3s from the JASDF. Is that a harpoon? No. I don't know what that's supposed to be. According to the wiki, doesn't say. I'm gonna guess the ASM2 from Japan, because this right here, the that and the fin structures reminds me a lot of the Japanese missile, but the tail fins are wrong for the ASM2, so I have no idea what model this is. We get 18 of those. We have 24 GBU 16s. We've got 22 R-73 Archers and 25 Scalp EGs for the SOD. We're going to take the anti-ship missile.
Antera Squadron, launch.
Blockade.
This operation is going to be especially important. We absolutely cannot let them get any more nuclear fuel. However, you must not attack the actual helicopter transporting the fuel.
Now, despite the fact that this is a single engine aircraft, this is actually a relatively thick girl. The Air Force's nickname for her is Fat Amy. Oh, you gave me more targets to shoot at.
Now's our chance to cover some ground. Hurry!
Well, that wasn't the helicopter I was aiming for, but... Hello, Night Javin. Welcome to stream. This is what I like to call the showcase, where I fly every single plane in every single Ace Combat game that I'm able to stream. Right now, we're in joint assault on the F-35. And if you're wondering, this series has been going on since last year, when we started with Ace Combat 5.
Damn it! We can't carry on like this. Stop and fight them off.
Although, we did end up doing Ace Combat 6
Another chopper.
essentially twice, due to my Xbox deciding, I want to die. So, what's your favorite aircraft or Ace Combat game? ACX better than joint assault? Most part, yes. However, I think the homing is better in joint assault. And the Fornius is actually improved in joint assault. But story-wise, I would have to agree with you. Yes, joint and overall flight model, yeah, I would agree with you. X is better. Fenrir. Okay.
Now's our chance to cover some ground. Hurry!
Allies are not in position yet. Slow them down further.
Why Fenrir? Mine would have to be, if we're including super planes. Second would be the Night Raven from Ace. Gotcha. My favorite would have to be the CFA 44 Nosferatu from Ace Combat 6. And if we're just going with strictly real planes, it's the F-15E Strike Eagle.
Cargo to the ship are complete. The IUPF are here too. Don't let them hold up the transfer. You're not getting any closer. Complete the transfer, no matter what it takes. They took down the Spiritus. No one said easy. Transfer almost complete. Just hold them off a little longer. Hostile destroyed. Cargo transfer complete. The rest is up to you. No problem. We'll pass through the channel and get this to Colonel Dumitrescu.
Element.
Count on us.
We've allowed them to transfer the cargo onto a ship. Antares, there's no change in the situation. Hold that ship up. But do not attack the transport ship itself. You'll have to think of something.
Screw you, Sniper OS for the win! Now what I'm wondering is why they won't let us blow it up. It's just nuclear fuel. It's not even spent. Sinking the ship won't, provided the fuel is stored correctly, it'll just go to the bottom and we can pick it up later. It's not gonna detonate. That's not how nuclear fuel works. Because we need an excuse to make stupid. Alright, fair enough. I can't argue with that logic.
Good luck. The explosion should stall the transport ship.
But yeah, Night Raven, I've completed the showcase for Ace X. You can find it in the YouTube archive playlist. However, you might not like my take on the Fenrir.
Destroy the hostile ship.
SC-33 support plane KC-2. Well, I mean the the CFA is basically an SU-33, but with the American defense budget as its weapon systems.
Push forward.
All right, it worked. Let's move on to the next target.
Now flanking the enemy.
Allied preparations have completed.
And I do have to admit, the SU-33 is my favorite flanker. But then again, I am a sucker for naval aviation. Which is weird because I love the Eagle so much.
Hurry. Now's our chance to cover some ground. Hurry.
Yeah, the games that we've already covered in this series, we've done Ace 5, Ace 6, Ace 7, 4, 0, X, and now Joint Assault. After Joint Assault, we'll be doing Assault Horizon. After Assault Horizon, we'll be doing Project Wingman. And I hope to add Air Combat, Ace Combat 2, and Ace Combat 3 JP do that, but I'm having trouble finding those games. Okay, that's the F-16. Fair enough. The F-16 is a great platform. Yeah, we're gonna do that. But joke's on her. I'm into that shit. I actually like flying the 747. It might be a case of Stockholm Syndrome where I was forced to fly that mission so often when I was trying to 100% this that I was like, oh yeah, I'm actually okay with it now. Yeah, it very well could be Stockholm Syndrome, but I don't. I like the challenge of flying a 747 in a canyon while getting shot at. I wouldn't want to do it on ace difficulty, not without a wingman, but you know, I don't mind doing that normal. Okay. What? The fact that I said, joke's on you! I'm into that shit! Or the Stockholm Syndrome.
Our allies are waiting. Get the blast our chance to cover some ground. Hurry!
But yeah, I would be totally down for that. Either on stream or off stream. We just need a couple of time. I also have some parts in both X and Joint Assault that I don't have. I was really surprised about the parts one. Because I could have sworn I got them all, but apparently I didn't. I've got 4 parts, 2 engines, 2 wings, or not wings, but armor that I still need. And it's aces that I have to kill on hard difficulty. I've listed them down. All right. I will need to get Xbox Live, but we could do that next week because I have vacation next week. I don't have to do shit at work. I'm gonna be home. Are we not done yet? Yeah, and if you couldn't tell from my lovely Midwestern accent, I am, I be Merkin. And, so I kind of am partial to American planes. But the next aircraft will be European. Because I'm going down the list. You're from Chicago? Oh. Well, when you said if you're NATO, you'd like the F-16, I guess I misinterpreted it. Fair enough. Fucking Aegis.
position. Hatteras, well done. Our allies can handle the rest. Good work. Head back to base.
So yeah, joint assault Aegis ships, fucking annoying. Like, they're the worst. I want them all to die in a
fleet
fire.
in the Dardanelles has been sunk and the nuclear fuel recovered. All that's left.
And the strange thing is, I actually love the design of the Ticonderoga in real life. All right, we're leaving the American aircraft behind, and we are now shifting to European aircraft. And looks like we're going back to Desert Gust.
Our objective is to wipe out the Golden Axe Plan's private army before they attack San Francisco. They have forces in an abandoned airport in the Sierra Mountains, and the Spiritus is near Lake Tahoe. The first prong of our attack will be the Golden Axe's private army at the airport. They have substantial military might, so this is going to be a fierce battle. Go in hot. Ground forces from Martinez Security are also aiding in our operation. Dog Bear, Lazy Bear, and Black Bear will storm the airport once we achieve air superiority. Once they realize we're attacking the airport, the Spiritus will likely attempt support fire from Tahoe. It's going to be tough out there, but we have no other choice. Get to it, Ontario Squad.
F-37. No. Although, if you're referring to the stealth, or the plane from Stealth, I do like that design. It would never work because the inward folding wings, but the Talon still looks cool. No, the mission we're doing, or the aircraft we're doing, is the Tornado IDS. An attacker with variable geometry wing design aimed and suited for air-to-surface combat. Oh, the Swift Jet Gripen. Oh, the JAS-39. That is on an aircraft we're going to be looking at, but that's further down the line. Although the AJS-37 Viggen is also here. But that, I think, is going to be next week. Because I'm going to call the episode after the Typhoon. But the Tornado was manufactured by Panavia Aircraft GmbH. Its national origin was Italy, West Germany, and the United Kingdom. The IDS version is the attacker, and was the first one made, and the one that has the most, 745. And it is used by the Germans, the Italians, the Saudis, and historically the British. It was manufactured from 1979 to 98. Its first flight was August 14th, 1974. It is still in service. However, no more are being manufactured because Panavia went. So I don't know who exactly is making parts, but anyway, IDS refers to interdictor strike. for stats, lock in there. Okay. For stats, we have a 50 in speed, 35 in air to air, 50 in air to ground, 50 in mobility, 75 in stability, and 55 in defense. For our parts, which is something that Joint Assault, I think, does better than X, is it allows all aircraft to have parts. But, for our engines, we can have the Uranus engine to up our stability and decrease missile tracking. We can have the turbo engine to increase speed. Bullet engine to vastly increase speed. Ramjet to even more speed at the cost of stability. But I think we're going to go with the Uranus engine because I'm going to be close to the ground. For the wings, I have the Advanced Variable Sweep Wing for increases in mobility and stability at the cost of defense. You can also have the extra hard point, the advanced trim tab to up stability, and the extra aileron for more mobility, but I prefer the sweep wing. For armor, there's the CFRP conversion for more stealth. Anti-ground armor for touching the ground is an instant death. And the special alloy armor, which is to endure a kill shot. Which, at normal difficulty, you are not taking a kill shot. Because I think it's what would normally immediately kill you if you were not damaged. Just going with the CFRP. I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong. For avionics, we've got the all-powerful Sniper OS. The fire extinguisher. I know it says Ace's Amulet, but it does the same thing as a fire extinguisher from A7, so that's what I'm calling it. Raven to increase air-to-air. Jammer for missiles. Earthshaker for air-to-ground. But Sniper OS is just great. I love Sniper OS. Emblem. Yeah, I'll take a Marion. Can't tell. I really like A6. But for our liveries, we have the modern single-tone gray. We have livery 2 is the Russian-style wavy blue camo from Ace 5's Yuktabanyan Tornado F3, which honestly I really like that coloring. We have the RSAF Desert Camo from the Saudis. Got bright white with red body stripes. I like to call this Rogue Squadron because it reminds me of an X-Wing. We've got... I have no idea what this is supposed to reference, but it is, according to the wiki, gunmetal body with cyan stripes around the upper half body. And then blue upper body with the Sea Wave pattern motif. This is the Tornado GR4 Night scheme from Ace Combat Zero, which is what we're going to be using. Because it looks cool. As for weapons, we've got one 27mm Mauser BK-27 revolver cannon Internally mounted onto the starboard side of the fuselage. We are also armed with, for special weapons, 120 AIM-9 Echo Sidewinders, 68 AIM-9X Sidewinders, 136 Python 3s, and 34 AIM-132 Azrams. I'm just going to go with the Echoes here. For special weapons, we've got okay. Oh, hold on. I was looking at it wrong. 20 volleys of, or salvos of the JP-233. 12 charges of ECPM, or ECMP. I'm not sure exactly what model this is. What the IDS would carry would be the GEC Sky Shadow. Well, technically the ECR, but whatever. Then we've got 19 GBU 16 paveway bombs, and then 17, I'm guessing ASM-2 anti-ship missiles. The ideal one would be the JP-233, but I suck with it. So, of the choices, I'm going to go with the LSAM. Or we'll go with the paveway. See how bad it actually is.
Antera Squadron, launch.
I've never figured out how the reticle works for the bomblet dispenser.
I didn't expect to come home like this.
Sir, didn't you say you were from the West Coast? You must be worried about your folks.
Of course, but I can't give my own family special treatment. We've just got to take care of business.
Raven,
Let's make sure to stop this ridiculous plan.
did you hear about ASAX getting its official OST released?
Quick.
You're not good with it? Okay, I'm not the only one that sucks at the bomblet dispensers. Because I know in the Acepedia server, well, Ace Combat Wiki server, I forgot they changed their name.
This is good. We'll reach the base's airspace shortly.
That was quite
However, once we attack, we're expected to receive
a
incoming
joyous
from
occasion.
in Lake Tahoe.
Don't worry. That's what we're here for.
The launch of the official Ace Combat X soundtrack. Because now we actually know the names to all the frickin' songs.
This is Dog Bear. We'd love to take out that beast in Lake Tahoe, but we've got incoming hostiles. Could use all the help we can get. Request the air support.
Antares, wipe out hostiles targeting our ground forces.
See here, Operation X is what's
Bandits increased out.
is for shit.
Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact.
Alex Squadron and Armada, right?
Antares, that was an aerial suppression weapon that spreads combustible gas over a wide area. We'll analyze and inform you of the altitudes at which we'll be at risk. Use the info to evade enemy fire.
I did deserve to die there. I don't know how I didn't take any damage. But you know what, Sly? I'm not going to complain about it.
Contact the Spirit for long-range support. The analysis is going to come in pretty close to the wire, though. Be ready to move quickly. A point altitude between 660 to 3200. It's
God damn it. Alright. Climb, climb, climb. Climb, you nuggets! Climb! Sorry, I'm on a diet. No eating. Now this is much better air-to-air than the Striker. Good God! Damn it! This isn't annoying at all, you know that, right? Fuck you, Typhoon. This is a good. Thank you, yeah. Fortunately, missile homing is better in this game than in other games. No, I appreciate. I was being genuine in the fact that I appreciate the confidence. I think Sly is being sarcastic in that this is a good game. I'm Slay Seda. This is my favorite Ace Combat game on the Citadel. Okay, Shepard. Rex. Shepard. Rex. Shepard. I love this mechanic so much. It's either this or we blow up the pyramids again. And I'm pretty sure you guys are sick of seeing the pyramids getting blown up. Oh my god! I'd rather pyramids than this. Hey, at least you don't have to play it this time, Sly. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna test a hypothesis. I know this isn't hard difficulty, but I'm gonna go for Kelpie. I probably won't get anything, but if I do, you know, cool. Oh my god! I'll take it. Ow. I thought I was out of the radius. Oh well. Alright.
America. I didn't expect to come home like this.
Sir, didn't you say you were from the West Coast? You must be worried about your folks.
Of course, but I can't give my own family special treatment. We've just got to take care of business.
Understood.
Frickin'
Make
iTasm.
sure to stop this ridiculous plan of
Here
theirs.
we go again.
We totally wiped out to facilitate our raid.
We still have another aircraft after this.
Ground unit Dog Bear to Cannabis. Requesting a status report.
Progress is good. We'll reach the base's airspace shortly. However, once we begin our attack, we're expected to receive incoming fire from their base in Lake Tahoe.
Don't worry. That's what we're here for. Clear out the enemy and leave the rest to us.
Roger, we'll hold you to that.
This is Dog Bear. We'd love to take out that beast in Lake Tahoe, but we've got incoming hostiles. Could use all the help we can get. Requesting air support.
Antares, wipe out
I
hostiles targeting
don't
our ground forces.
know if I really.
Signatures incoming from the northwest.
I don't know how to take his
This increased altitude.
inflections.
Antares, gain altitude.
I don't know if he's being intentionally hammy or what.
To 3200. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Dog Bear here. Area is secure. Commencing attack on target.
Antares, that was an aerial suppression weapon that spreads combustible gas over a wide area. We'll analyze and inform you of the altitudes at which we'll be at risk. Use the info to evade enemy fire.
The analysis is going to come in pretty close to the wire, though. Be ready to move quickly.
Yeah, Arena, you're not as good of an AWACS as you might think.
Antares, wipe out hostiles targeting our ground forces.
Wind altitude between 660 to 3200. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact.
I love making split-second decisions.
3200 to 6600. Incoming in 5, 4, 3,
Don't go up, don't go up.
impact. Wind altitude between
Motherfucker.
3200. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Wind altitude between 3200 to 6600. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Activated. Switching to attack mode. Wind altitude between 660 to 3200. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact.
Alright, come on.
Wind altitude between 3200
Jesus!
to 6600. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Ready to open fire.
Gotcha.
Wind altitude between 660 to 3200.
Okay. Kelpie usually.
Ground forces long-range attacks have hit targets. Spirits, what happened to our long-range supports? Hostile destroyed.
Antares, wipe out hostiles targeting our ground forces.
Incoming from the northwest. Missile. Wind altitude between 660 and 3200. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact.
Alright. We're gonna zoom climb to attack Kelpie.
Wind altitude between 3200 and 6600. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Damn it.
1.
Oh, thank God. Okay, we're above any of that phytasm bullshit.
Wind altitude between
Because it's either 6,600 or 660 to 3,200. Or 3,200 to 6,600. Higher than that, you're fine.
6,600 to 6,600. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Wind altitude between 660 to 3,200. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Wind altitude between 3,200 and 6,600. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Wind altitude between 660 to 3,200. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Wind altitude between 3,200 to 6,600. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. The turret is down.
I was at 67! You know what? Fuck it. We'll go blow up pyramids. Pyramid. We're gonna blow up the damn pyramids. That's fucking bullshit.
I'm sure you're tired from the long journey, but as members of the internet.
Alright. Same setup. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do the bomblet Spencer, see if I can figure that out.
Antares Squadron, launch.
Antares, you're clear for take. International Union Peacekeeping Force. IUPF, huh? Still a bit of a mouthful.
Be positive. This is the result of the world joining forces against the Valahia.
Oh, so it's two guns. Okay. I think in real life it only has one, but I don't know. Or maybe that's the GR4.
Damn it, IFPF mongrel! Hostile destroyed! We need to reach the main unit.
Alright. So that was released too early. No, we got one.
Hostile destroyed! I'm getting readings of bandits in the ruins ahead. IUPF? This is a ragtag collection of
There we go. So I guess you have to time it where the closest target is on the back X or back cross.
Fall back! Locked on top, the ground forces eliminated.
See, we're definitely stopping tonight after the typhoon.
New hostiles confirmed. They're deploying around the pyramids.
Incoming bandits! Throw them close and fire! Here they come. Hostile destroyed!
Hostiles are using the pyramids as cover. Be sure you don't crash into a World Heritage Site.
But where's the fun in that?
Circle around the ruins. We know this area better.
I did say I was going to blow up the pyramids.
Hostile destroyed! Taking a hit. It's no good. Bandit acquired. Hostile ground forces eliminated.
Alright, keep this. What?
Enemy has opened fire. You're surrounded by enemy choppers. Captain, fire at will.
Terrace, glad you're safe. Looks like they had a few surprises for us.
Hostile ground forces have surrounded the premises. When did they show up?
So
Hostiles were hiding in silos
Tornado is almost too maneuverable of an attacker for this mission. But, and if it wasn't for the frickin' Hightasms, we would have been able to easily take care of Mission 19. But expecting you to dogfight and take out ground targets while every few seconds there's entire patches of the sky that are random but always on top of you, that just, you can't go there, and you have like less than 5 seconds to react. Yeah, fuck that. I'll blow up the goddamn pyramid. I'll end up doing that mission with a much, to get Kelpie at least, with a much more maneuverable and faster aircraft that can also do air to air. Alrighty. Now we're finally done with the tornado. We're going to move on to our final aircraft of the day. I will be right back. I need to take a quick break. So enjoy the briefing.
We lost the Spiritus somewhere over the Red Sea. Intel implies it's headed for the Arabian Peninsula. Unfortunately, we'll not have a chance to hunt them down now, as we've been given a new mission. We need to rescue a VIP kidnapped by the Valahia, as well as retake mining plants that have been captured. Our first rescue team made contact with the VIP, but are now in hiding. We don't have much time. The situation is critical for both missions. This will be a joint assault operation. Fight alongside your trusted allies and bring victory. There is also a large jamming station in the Turkish mountains. It's affecting the transport system within the Anatolia area and needs to be neutralized as soon as possible. An industrial area around a nearby channel has been occupied and is supplying power for the jamming. This is a joint assault. cooperation between both parties. This will be a series of difficult operations, but I know Antares Squadron can weather this storm.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, took a little bit. Anyway, we got one last mission. Show you when I will do this one.
Our forces are now to attack the Valahia's main base, an old USSR nuclear missile silo. The Valahia.
All right, our final plane for the evening is the Eurofighter Typhoon, or the EF-2000. Computer-controlled operation of its control surfaces, given exceptional agility at both supersonic and subsonic speeds. This is one of the three famous Canard trio planes. The other two being the Rafale and the Gripen. Or the, I guess it's Euro Canards. But, the Eurofighter Typhoon is manufactured by well, Eurofighter GmbH. Um, it is currently in service, including all tranches, which I think that is what they call their version of blocks, like the F-16 block, whatever. Well, a Typhoon has tranches. It's in service with the Royal Air Force, German Air Force, Italian Air Force, Spanish Air and Space Force, as well as Austria, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and formerly in future, supposedly, Bangladesh. Letter of intent was signed for Eurofighters, but I don't believe they've received them yet. But it was manufactured from 1994 to the present. It was introduced on August 4th, 2003, and its first flight was March 27th, 1994. In stat-wise, we have a speed of 65, air-to-air of 50, air-to-ground of 40, mobility of 65, as well as stability, and defense of 50. As for our parts, all right, the Typhoon has got the C-Cycle engine. We could also have the rocket motor MOD and the light engine, but we're sticking with the C-Cycle. For wing, I've got the advanced blended wing body. We can also have the actuator, thornback, extra canard, extra ladder, or nothing. For armor, I've got advanced titanium. We can also have the special alloy, anti-ground, or the scale. We're just going to go with advanced titanium. In avionics, we can have fire extinguisher, the Argus, the Salamander, Tracer. I think for this one, we'll actually go with the Tracer. All right, Sly. Take care. Thanks for joining. We're going to go with Ustio. All right. So for our liveries, livery 1 is just standard ASG. 2 is the Uktabani blue camo from Ace 5. 3 is just a gray body. I think this is actually the Luftwaffe's version. 4 is Scarface livery from Air Combat. 5 is orange body with black streaks. And 6 is the obligatory Rot Squadron. That's why I have the Ustio markings, because there's no Belkin markings. We're going to go with this one. We are armed with, I think it's the 27mm Mauser BK-27 revolver cannon. Then for our weapons. Okay, that's odd. Standard missile for here. Oh wait, we switched countries. That's right, the Tornado typically uses the Sidewinder, but the Typhoon can use European ones. Okay, so this is the R.550 Magic. Normally only used by French aircraft, but apparently they're calling it a European missile in general. Okay. So we got 102 Magics, 68 AIM 9 X's, although in actuality, they'd be using the AIM 9 Sidewinder, but whatever. We've got 136 Python 3s and 34 ASRAMs, AIM 132s. Because of who we're going again, no, we'll go with the Magics. Then we've got 10 R-73 Archer QAMs, 14 GBU 16 paveways, 16 GBU 87 cluster bombs, and what would be the MBDA meteors, but this is 20 dark fires. We're going to go with the archers.
Antera Squadron, launch.
All right.
Antares, we have visual. That's the underground missile silo. Secure it and prevent them from firing nukes. We'll put an end to Valahia's terrorism here and now.
Hostile air forces approaching.
Burford, do you copy? I have a message from Dimitris for the IUPF. We are in the final stage to fire a nuclear strike.
What? Why?
This isn't a warning. It's a final declaration, Colonel. Nuclear missiles will soon be fired at North America and Europe. You don't have time to wait for your ground forces to arrive. The perfect situation. Now
I love that they think that, yeah, we're going to nuke North America. What's wrong with that picture? Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. The United States exists. So if they do that, the planet will be glass. By the rockets, red glare, the nukes bursting in air, gave proof to how dumb our plan actually was. So I modified the lyrics to fit, but, you know, I credit Mia for giving me the idea.
what's wrong, Ace? Let your guard down, and you won't last a second in these skies.
He's mine. You hear me?
Antares, that's all the Ares, right?
It's almost on you.
You're welcome, Mia.
Dope, man. It's all staged by that crazy ass.
This ain't what's to create a war he can control. A pointless conflict that just makes money for him.
He called it the Golden Axe Plan. Form up for a joint assault. Go.
Roll credits.
Now die. Target confirmed.
That's why the IUPF is mainly comprised of PMCs. Liviarians behind it all.
It's all a farce. And that's why we switched to a better paying sponsor.
That's right. But I hear you guys fight for justice. Fight for peace. We got a true hero here.
True American hero,
That's how it is.
G.I. Joe.
Bad. Target confirmed.
I know I said it backwards, but whatever. Also, let me get into character. Mercenary dogs. Because, you know, I'm cosplaying as Dietrich Flesher. Rot leader. That's bullshit! He just was like, oh yeah, you're QAM, that's cute. Just gonna raw the way like it was nothing. And you wonder why people hate you, Slaymani. Not in the we love to hate you, it's the oh god, it's this guy again.
Select squadron. Form up for the next attack.
Hunters, can you keep up with them? Listen up. They all maneuver towards Slimani to get in formation. That's your window of opportunity. Aim for Slimani when he slows down.
Master of the art of bullshit, I see. Just wait till I get into a plane that has Sniper OS, you motherfucker. I know, right? What's wrong, Slaymani? Ran out of bullshit mana for your bullshit meter? It's like Aurama's the only one that actually cares. Bye-bye.
When did you all become such bad pilots? 2 bandits remaining.
Also, dogfighting in a MiG-31. Yeah, that's not exactly a great idea.
1 bandit remaining.
Kikarov, however, or Kirakov, at least he's in a dogfighting plane. And then Arama is a boss in a frickin' A-10. Hey, Kirakov, when did you become such a bad pilot? For shame.
Good work, Hunters. This must have been difficult for you. But what's this Golden Axe plan all
Whatever they're paying you, you're not worth it.
Much time before they launch the nukes.
That's right. Our work here is
Too soon.
finished. Hunters, things are already moving ahead. We can't afford to wait for the ground forces. You must fly into the missile silo and stop the nuclear launch.
It's not an ace combat game without a tunnel mission. Although when I first played this, I was like, why is the tunnel mission here? Because usually the tunnel mission's at the end.
Cleared out all ground forces.
It's like, is this game over? And then it's like, new mission. What? What? I don't get it.
Head to the central control hub. Good luck. Proceed directly to the deepest part of the silo and destroy the missile control center. You can destroy that.
Also, this tunnel is so much harder on PSP because of the thumb pad.
Time until the missile launch has been added to your MPG.
Impressed that you would dare to fly through here. You've heard of the Golden Axe plan by now. We're all players on someone else's stage.
That's Silo V. There's a passageway to the next silo ahead on the right. The width of the passageway isn't consistent throughout. Be careful.
Our desire is real. We want to stop us. Come. However,
That's cool. You didn't let me finish monologuing. How dare you? I have no idea what that accent turned into. I was going for Russian, but I don't think it turned out Russian.
Facilities confirmed.
Anyway,
The line will not be a military threat anymore.
when you're an Ace Combat pilot,
Yes, we've uncovered their Golden Axe plan.
talking is not a free action.
We must head to the U.S. to prevent this heinous plan from being executed.
All right. And with that, we draw our stream to a close. I will not be streaming tomorrow because I will be helping celebrate Foof's birthday. Friday, we are scheduled to have 2 streams. Dragon Age Awakening and Batman Arkham Knight. However, if you've seen my Discord, you know that Friday is not going to be good for me weather-wise. High chance of migraines and extreme chance of sinus pressure pain. I might be out of it. I don't even know if I'm going to make the full work day. Saturday, we will have, provided the headaches go away. Saturday will be The Witcher 3. Sunday will be more Baldur's Gate 3. Monday will be Final Fantasy 9. I'm not sure how next week's schedule is going to play out because I will be on vacation. And I do want to have a rematch with Omega on Monster Hunter World. I'm trying to get that scheduled, but it's like pulling sound teeth to try and get a commitment to schedule. So, who knows? But next time we play the showcase, screw it, I'm just going to go here. We're going to look at the next 6 planes. The Mirage 2000D, the Rafale M. I did not mean to hit that button. Go away. The AJS 37 Viggen, the JS 39 Gripen. Espada color. Falls mid. I love the Espada color. And that'd be the last of the European, which means we would also be starting the Russian stuff. The MiG 2130 or 93 and the MiG 29A. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. I should have next week's schedule more finalized in later on in the week or in the weekend. Spada, it's great in Draken. I don't like the Draken though. But anyway, I will see you guys hopefully Friday. But if not, definitely Saturday. Take care and have a good one, everybody.